So this video is me taking this 55-gallon tank that I got from my friends down, sanding it down, staining it, sealing it, getting it ready to go for new fish. So here's me scraping off the old background and spray painting on a black one because I thought that would work better with the river vibe that I was trying to get. I was working in my girlfriend's workshop here right now, and we had some cracks in the door, so we decided to put some super glue down and add some of the sawdust that we had gotten, wood dust from sanding it. Because once you get that added in with the super glue, once you sand it, you really can't see any difference. And it helps strengthen the door. And that's what it looks like after it gets sanded. And we begin the tedious process of sanding this entire stand. I don't know which was more difficult, sanding everything, staining everything, or sealing everything. But oh my goodness, it was a process. Labor of love, as one would say, because I have wanted a 55-gallon tank for a very long time, and my best friend is amazing, and they moved houses and upgraded from a 55 to a 75. So they gifted this to me, and it's an amazing process going through all of this. So I figured I had to film it. Finally getting around to making a video out of it, and this tank has become so amazing. This is me sanding the hood. Everything got several passes with the sander. This is my first time doing any kind of woodworking, so it was a process, like I've said, but it also was a lot of fun. Working nights in a hot garage in Florida, sanding, doing all this work. Like I said, I loved it. I had an awesome time doing this. It was great. It's definitely a process, but like I said, that's how it looks, all sanded. Everything sanded and ready for stain. This is what I used. Now we're getting into the staining of everything. Like I said, this is my first time doing any of this. I had a great time. I think it's definitely worth it. If you happen to find, a tank that doesn't look perfectly clean, doesn't look perfectly great, and maybe just needs a little bit of love, I definitely recommend it. Might be cheaper than going out and buying a brand new one just because it looks great right off the bat. This is how the stain all looks versus how it looked before. I think the stain is beautiful. I think it came out gorgeous. This is me spray painting the hinges. Figured that spray paint would match the stain and everything and work well. This is me sealing everything, and I used a polyurethane seal. Did about 3 coats on everything. When you're working with a fish tank, you definitely want to make sure that the wood that it's going to be sitting on forever is sealed, just so you don't corrode the wood and warp it and all of that. You want it looking as good as it can for as long as it can. Now we're moving on to the doors. This process took, I'd say, maybe about 2 months. I could only work nights over at my friend's house because I had to work after they got off work, or go over there after they got off work. Definitely a labor of love, but like I've said, this tank is, now that it's done, has surpassed everything I thought. So I painted the inside of the hood white to better reflect the light. back into the tank, and this is me starting to set everything up. It was originally going to be all of the scape on one side, but I found this other piece of spider wood and I thought it looked amazing, so I decided to go with the island style, with the dual island style. So this tank houses 1 angelfish, about 10 Serpae tetras, cleanup crew. The cleanup crew consists of 4 Otocinclus, 2 bristlenose plecos, 1 clown pleco, 6 cories, which is a mix of the emerald and the panda, a pair of Bolivian rams, a pair of blue cheek or pristogramas. They definitely love their food. I love feeding them. They're definitely like little piranhas now. I've always wanted a 55, like I've said, and I've definitely always wanted angelfish and an Amazon-themed tank. And that's what this is, and I love it. It just sits in my living room, and it makes me so happy. Anyway, thank you for watching this video.